Hi, I hope you can hear me well. I have the fan on in the background over there. That little doodly thing, that air conditioner thing. So if it sounds weird or rushy or whatever, like that you're in a tunnel, let me know so I can adjust the volume. Because I'm usually doing this when it's like I record it and then I make it public, but I don't listen to videos. I mean, I go through the entire process of channeling them in and saying the messages. I don't want to sit here and rehear it again from the outside in this time, when I'm hearing it from the inside out and outside in at the same time and seeing the tapestry. I don't have time for that. I'm too busy playing Lord of the Rings, despite what you guys think. Anyway, so this whole thing about today, this video, it's 5:15 p.m. Tuesday, August 30th, 2022. I don't remember when I went to sleep. I don't remember when I woke up. I do remember seeing a bunch of, I don't want to call them demons, because you guys have a mental image of what a demon is. But it's a daemon. But it's not a demon. And I saw a lot of them. Wherever I was, it was like a cloud over the earth, and I was flying through the cloud and seeing all these daemons connected to all these people's little like orbs. And there wasn't a lot of them, but it was enough. And the weird thing was, the colors didn't match up. The sounds didn't match up. And when I looked at the people and the little balls, the little orbs of light that I kept seeing, and I'm like, what's that? What's with this? And I'm looking at them and I'm noticing some of these daemons match the colors of some of the other orbs that they're connected to. They're not where they are. Like they're supposed to be somewhere else, but they are somewhere else. They're doing the right thing, but with the wrong people. It's very strange. It's like an angel having a succubus or an incubus as a guardian angel. It's kind of like having a fairy incarnate as a human, but then having a lumberjack as that fairy's spirit guardian. It's very weird. I saw children, like little orbs, with horrifying looking monsters as their guardians, as their friends, as their, spirit animals, as some kind of a opposing counterbalance to each of them. And the funniest thing was when I looked down or back at myself. We're not getting into that. So, next part of that dream, that vision, whatever the heck I was experiencing this morning, was a lot of energies, like entities having sex with each other. It looked like if a human saw them, like if they were human, they would look like they're having sex. But they were entities and energies, clouds, shapes, that were just having sex. I don't know how to describe it. Like, it was like galaxies having sex with each other, and I was seeing it. And I'm flying around here, like thinking to myself, what the fuck is the point of this? And then it made more sense. Like everything's so interconnected. It's all like a dance of love making between the universe with itself, right? Sorry, I'm being distracted by Theodore over in the corner chasing his tail. Anyway, that part of the vision changed. And at some point, I woke up, and all I've been remembering is these swirls of color and clouds and stars and everything. And at some point today, I felt a sense of like overwhelming energy, like the zoomies. Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, it would be the equivalent of zoomies. I wasn't zooming around the apartment, but I felt a rush of zoomies go through me. And when I did, you know that weird thing where you yawn and you close your eyes and you see weird shapes or colors or whatever? I don't know. I see them. So when I closed my eyes and I just kind of stretched and yawned and I was like moving my body a little, I started seeing the stars, the sky. It was like a little thing opening up and expanding, and I could see behind it, and behind it was an entire sky of stars. It was kind of like, you know how the sky is above us? I was looking forward, and I could see forward and below me the sky there. It was kind of like I was looking through the earth, as the earth looking at the space around it. Okay. When I felt this, it snapped me back into this physical reality so quick, like a string pulling me back. I felt like I was being pulled through a bunch of fucking walls, like a wrecking ball, just being yanked back. And oh my God, the things I saw. The things I saw while being pulled back through these realities, through this, whatever the fuck this was, to get back into this physical form. It was, I mean, really, really, what I'm about to say is probably going to be one of the most literal, like if you misunderstand this, I apologize. Because you can't, your mind isn't processing it right. It looked like the entire planet was covered in 99.9% secret societies. Okay, and I say this because it looked like there were groups of people, like cellular structures, like cells, all over the planet, and they were all working together. The people that thought there weren't any of these cells are still inside the cells. So they know, but they don't know that they know. It's kind of like being part of whatever secret societies you guys know of, or like being part of, a conglomerate or a government entity or something. But it's everybody except a few little people here and there, little dots outside the spheres. And then I heard somebody outside my front door with shopping carts talking and gossiping again. Two men. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Where is the third? It's I don't know. I don't know. All that aside, that entire 8 minutes of explaining to you these visions, I've been seeing the phrase the last goodbyes and the first hellos over and over for about 4 days now. I have gone through every assumption regarding people passing away, people moving on, graduations of some kind, employments, people leaving planets, people going to the next afterlife or whatever. But it makes no sense to me. Because every time I'm seeing this, every time it's brought to my attention, there's something else behind it. It's similar to me telling you that I'm only holding one card here, but you're aware there's something else right there, you know? And people tell you, oh, that's just the edge, that's just the corner of a card, that's just this or that. But you know it's something else. And what I've been feeling today feels like a smoke screen in front of something that's actually going on. Like I'm being shown the universe, right? But I'm being shown it explained with like pool table balls or something. I can see what it's trying to show me, but I don't comprehend it because I don't think I'm supposed to. But I'm being shown something. And every time this is happening, the thing behind it that I'm aware of is we are constantly saying hello and goodbye to versions of ourselves and the people we are with the people we are. The person I was when I was with my ex fiance in Lake Geneva like half a decade ago, the people we were together when we were together for 6 years, 5 years, I don't fucking remember anymore, for that duration, right? For that decade of my life, I was a different person perpetually. Right up to this very moment, there's more than one of me talking to you about this. Who I was in those moments where it was just me and the cashier at the greengrocer was a completely different variant of me than the person I was when I left the store, when I was walking home, when I was noticing the environment around me, the trees, the ground, the notes on the stores, and then the person I was when I opened the door to the house, and the person I was when I saw my partner at the time in the house, and then the people we became when he and I greeted each other. And then the people we were when we continued to move forward in the house, going about our day, watching TV, washing dishes, cleaning, organizing, playing video games. Throughout that entire process of all these variants, there are also variants who are of the negative vibration, the demon aspect of the self. Are you following me so far with this? So back then, and I'm using personal examples to give you what I know in this and not some made up fucking scenario where you're going to have to assume shit that I'm implying. No, darling, we don't lead that way here. When I was in that relationship, in that one specific committed, corded bond that was intimate in every way, financial, physical, mental, spiritual, psychic, all of it, families, friends, what we did in our spare time, where we went. It was a twin flame relationship. I think that's what you guys call it. But we were opposites. He was disciplined, responsible, routine, cleans everything, folds his fucking underwear, puts his socks in little bundles, irons his underwear, like literally the fucking Virgo aspect. And he was a Leo in Cancer, not a Virgo. I'm the Virgo. And here I was in that relationship as a complete Piscean, and not even a healthy Piscean, but mixed with Aries and Sagittarius aspects. While my Vedic chart says I'm more Scorpio sun, Pisces ascendant, Gemini moon, right? Complete fucking chaos. And then the charts change if you follow Vedic astrology too. You have the D1 through the D60 charts. Each significant experience in your life changes those charts like hands on a clock. And then there's a north node and a south node, the way you're going, what you're leaving behind, what you need to make peace with. These are all different versions of us, like the avatar of the last airbender and all his previous incarnations. Okay? Who I was with him in that house when we had fights was not the same person as who I was with him when we were having sex. Clearly, right? But when communication occurs between parties that are not involved in the multiple shape-shifting aspect of two people in one relationship, that third party, whether there is any form of courting, such as, and I mean courting as CHORDING, like etheric chords, astral chords, when there is no courting other than mental and, communicatory based on an entire spectrum of color on this side. The third party has a skewed perception of what is going on behind these two parties. So their opinion is worthless. Their answers or questions or anything is worthless. You can spend an entire fucking millennia explaining one day in a relationship to someone, and they will write books about it and make it into holy scriptures. But all you're doing is explaining to somebody that when you're with someone, you are multiple people for every second that time goes by. Everybody is. We pick and we play and we pretend all day long. That is what the shadow self is angry about. That the light self is perpetually shifting in hues, while the dark utilizes the light to enhance itself. Do you see the difference? What's enhanced has purpose. What is glorified in itself and gives of itself perpetually has no form, no shape, no function. It is as shapeless as a changing cloud. It is the light. You take all this light and you can take it in little bits and pieces, like so, and accentuate things of matter and the dark to bring light to them. But people don't comprehend this. People look at each other as if we're supposed to be the same people 24 fucking 7. A parent that is of a prehistoric, cult will say homosexual children are to be stoned. Whereas a parent that doesn't have any cult, religion, or anything associations, not even Amish or atheist or anything, they're just, you know, Betty Crocker from down the street. She cares more about the cleanliness of her house and her children being happy than pleasing some invisible God, right? A good person, but doesn't have any kind of belief in anything other than what she accomplishes or he accomplishes. Completely different aspects. But both of these parents, both of these sparks of God in form, are just choosing and deciding to do something differently. Just because of what the other aspect of Source and God is choosing to pretend to be. And then people like me have to come down here and say, hey, you guys are pretending to be something and you're all family. And you're all playing this game of one cell here, one cell there. Clone this, clone that, copy this, copy that, society this, secret that, organize this, condemn that, tear this down, rebuild that, reset, 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 reset. And it's all a game. Everybody knows everybody else is playing. But there are a few people who don't know. And then a few people who don't know on purpose because they're going through stuff to know. Because they're being played like a Game of Thrones in all these different positions, in all these different scenarios. And then there is the innocence of mankind, of humanity itself, the oblivious that don't recognize that they are also being lied to. So it's like the audience is watching the Truman Show and someone is on the Truman Show being manipulated, right? Hi. And then the audience is watching the Truman Show, but the audience doesn't realize they're an audience in the fucking building being shown a show. And the people doing the building stuff are also part of the show. And the people above them, the managers, supervisors, agents, directors, whatever, they're also part of it. And they're all being led by the same fucking source. And they're all working with the same source. They're all working with the same side. But here in the basic ground, we're told there's good and evil. But it's them doing it. And then that goes to a planetary scale where planets and the civilizations on the planet are doing this as well. But each planet has its ambassador or emissary or logos who speaks for the planet on behalf of all the planet, like each planet. So there's a logos for Jupiter, there's a logos for Saturn, there's a logos for Pluto, there's a logos for Uranus, there's a logos for Venus, for Earth, Gaia, for all of them, for Luna. And what do we have here? Every few millennia, we have a new logos. And what's happening now? You guys talk about Luciferianism, you guys talk about Satanism, you guys talk about secret societies. Okay, zoom back. What's the big picture? You guys talk about cloning, you guys talk about AI, you guys talk about genetic manipulation, you guys talk about conspiracy theories. Okay, but what's the big picture? You guys think this is new? This has been going on longer than one cycle. I told you I remember 2 cycles ahead of this one, and we were at the end of that cycle. So technically, we completed 3 cycles, and we're at the 4th one, kind of like 2 cycles behind you, on the next level of the Fibonacci spiral. You guys are here right now doing the spiral. I'm talking about being from up here doing the spiral, coming back down here and saying, do it better and jump ahead. Because this primitive method of doing this doesn't work. Because as long as there are these absurd secrets in the world and the light is withheld, and one has to bring it as the bearer of the light, then that means the rest of them will bow before that one. And each and every time that much power in the hands of the many given to the hands of the one creates corruption across the timeline and the universe. Because it is forced to create one specific being responsible for the well-being of the all. Which means the all is choosing to be weak and to be led. And you guys are trying to turn lead into gold. But gold is forged in the heart of a dying star, which means not only are you trying to create a star, but also perpetually kill it to create perpetual resourcefulness of gold. Now, who would want to do something like that? Oh, right, the same planetary species that has been creating resources out of dead paper, created out of the resources and the lifeblood of a planet that is being killed to create more gold within its core, like they did to Mars. And you guys think there's good and evil, but it's all the same. It's all the same. That's the trick of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. You were already a part of it. Every single person. That is why for 5 years I have attempted to figure out what the fuck is going on in my life. Why my parents treat me the way I've been treated. Why my past lives are distorted. Why there's so many excuses for everything that's done and then projected and gaslit and deflected. Why I've been killed so many times and brought back to life by my own fucking force of will and God, perpetually over and over and over, nearly daily near-death experiences. And every day I'm back to life again. And that's not even counting sleep and what happens during sleep that I'm unaware of and that I am aware of. And then back to the original point, the last goodbye and the first hellos. It's like this everywhere. Everywhere. We just keep forgetting the last goodbye, the first hello. When I tell you this, there's a piece of you inside of you that probably hurts, right? It feels sad. That sadness, that pain, hold it for a minute. When I was with my partner, we were 2 people who were completely enmeshed. And then he wasn't and I wasn't. Like that. No explanation, no closure, No answers. Nothing but complete theft and removal instantly, with intent and plan. No goodbyes, no hellos. Just gone. Think about that for a minute. Now recognize you go through this every single day with every single person in your life. They know a version of you that dies the minute you leave their presence. You know a version of them that only exists in your head because you only see them for those few minutes where they're interacting with you, and that version of them disappears when you're not in them, or in front of them, near them, by their side, anywhere around them. We are perpetually dying and coming back to life, and we don't even recognize it. And the core of who we are has to remain strong. I still am who I was with him. I'm just better at being me. I recognize myself more. Do I know who the fuck I am? No. Do I know what I don't know? Absolutely not. But I know that there's an entire ocean of things I know nothing about, and they're all inside me. And that I'm supposed to help lead you, whoever you are, whatever you've done to my life, whenever you are, that I'm being somehow designed by the universe to be a leader of some kind. That's obvious to a lot of people, isn't it? Well, it's not obvious to me. Because the part of me that believes that or would believe that is perpetually killed by time. And I have to keep remembering, I have to keep igniting, I have to keep kindling my own star. And then you say, oh, it's the golden child. Well, obviously. How many times has that child been killed and brought back to life? Its skin must be like covered in gold dust. But the version that child would be never got to exist. I physically never got to be raised as the girl I am. I was raised as a boy, as a prince, king to be, as a firstborn son, as a third of my namesake, into a family and a lineage and a world that I know nothing about. I know nothing about it. I have no proof that my family is my family other than what they say. None. No blood proof, no blood type proof, no documents, no accurate birth certificates, nothing. But if I was ever to lose those people as my family, I would be devastated because they're the only mother and father and siblings I've known in this version of me, which will eventually die too. But when I'm back again, I'm still me. I'm still the person I was with the Leo in Lake Geneva when we were sitting down watching TV, laughing, having fun, eating, drawing, playing, gardening. I'm also the same person who got irritated and yelled at him and complained and nagged and fought and cried and threw things because I was exhausted and drained and afraid, because I was realizing eventually this will be over too. Because lo and behold, I'm a fucking psychic and I can see the future and the possibilities and timelines that could happen. So I saw this before this happened. And in the in the last 6 months of that relationship, I cried every single fucking day because I kept having visions of this fucking version of myself doing these things, trying to save you guys from feeling the same pain. And you know what I realized last night? To tie this all together for you, you cannot stop someone from ruining their own life. I can't stop Tux from eating anything in this house. Cloth, pebbles outside, any junk he finds, another animal shit outside, I can't stop him from any of it. I would have to muzzle him or teach him better. But in order to teach him better, he has to fuck up first. You get it? And then we say the last goodbye to that version of him that fucked up, and we say the first hello to the version of him that recognizes this is bad, I shouldn't do this. But it's not just a blanket covered over his entire life, is it? It's about a pebble on the floor. This is a stone. This does not go in your mouth. That is a lie. That does not come out of your mouth. One by one, we have to fix these things, don't we? And it doesn't matter how many cells or how many secret societies are around in the world. It doesn't matter what they're doing, and it doesn't matter who they're doing it with. It doesn't matter how many secrets are in a family or how many secrets are exposed in a family. It doesn't matter who's a celebrity, and it doesn't matter who the fuck is in charge. What matters is, are you in love with who you are right now? Are you cherishing who you are right now? Right now. Because I can't lead you, and I will not lead you if you grovel and bend your knee at me. I would rather cut your knees off if you bend them in front of me. As if I was a king or a queen or an empress or a logos and somebody bowed in front of me, leave. You want to show a sign of respect and nod your head or like give a hug or a handshake or, even if you don't want to touch or I don't want to touch you, like a little curtsy or some shit, like, a thumbs up or something, or peace sign or, live long and prosper, whatever. But get off your knees. How degrading. We're children of the same God. Why are you bowing before anybody else? When you should be bowing to your own reflection, to your daemons, to your gods, to yourselves. For going through everything humanity has gone through, and still you guys want to be better people. So focus on being better people. Stop focusing on what your exes are doing. Stop focusing on how many problems you and your exes had. Stop focusing on how to destroy people, and stop focusing on if you're being destroyed by people. Because I can guarantee you it's all true. It's all true. Every fucking thing you guys want to make up and be paranoid about, it's true. Aliens, interdimensionals, stupid technologies you don't know, I can't even explain to you, superpowers, mythical animals, genetic modification, it's all fucking true. It's all true. What are you going to do about it? Shit. Because you can't do shit about it. You want to know why? Because the entire world is ruled by a family. And we are the ignorant ones that don't recognize how to function in a family that has functioned this way for millennia. Because some of us want to make it better, and some don't. And when has that ever fucking gone well in any family or any romantic relationship? Never. So what's the solution? A leader that says, get off your knees. This is how we fix things. You either agree or you offer a better solution. If you don't have one, sit down and shut up. An entire world gossiping about its own self. How humiliating to look at the earth and say, this is a species you want me to eat? Dogs eat cloth, cats who won't drink milk, humans who rape each other, fucking people who kill each other, species who enslave each other, and then they bow down before each other, whether forward or backwards, to show their asshole, their mouth, or their knees in the top of their head. What the fuck game are you guys playing? And who thinks that this new generation of leaders and this new generation of elites, that any of us are stupid enough to believe we're going to do it the same way or allow it to continue in the same way? You want kingdoms and queendoms? Great, there's only one. Mine. You want a planet with a deed? Great, it's here, it's mine. You want a world leader and a logos? Great, I'm it. Now I want you guys to fucking lead yourselves without harming each other or lying to each other. How long can you do that for? Because if I ever get to lead, I will lead you with freedom, with honesty and compassion, with justice. This is what's happening, with facts. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. This is what's happening. This is what I'm saying we're going to do about it based on the entire collective and what they all want to do about it. And this is the most logical fucking solution. You can either do this or you can fuck off. Because if you want anything less than logic and common sense and wisdom, fuck off. Right? We're all like this. But then why are we all fucked up in relationships with each other? On a global and on a personal scale. Anyone. Charlie Brown in the back. Jose Cuervo on the side. Anybody. It's because we keep looking for leaders. Who will save us? Well, do you want to be saved? Yes. Okay, didn't somebody come and save you 2,000 years ago? Yeah. Okay, what do you need saving for now? Well, okay, can you maybe, just maybe, look in the mirror and tell yourself that your problems are made up for yourself and that your life is actually better than it is, and you only make up and complain about problems because it's a negative energy that functions through you, and you're actually supposed to harness that energy and create something with it instead of nag your partner or cheat on your partner or steal or lie or betray or form secret societies. You want to form boys clubs and girls clubs, go ahead, but not secretly. You want to do shit and keep wisdom from people because they're not ready for some stuff, fine, but you don't get to tell people that there's only so and so or this and that. No more lies. You don't need to know what's going on behind every fucking closed door, but rest assured, behind every closed door, none will be harmed and no lies are being spoken. Can you go about and live your life now? Can you go plant a flower, a rose bush? Can you go clean up the cities? Can you clean the waters? Can you maybe clean the air and find some way to create healthy energy for a society that functions as a planet instead of a society that functions as a food farm for itself? Or are we still too stupid as a species to comprehend how to work together as one species? Or do we need fucking Neuralink chips to be controlled into our fucking minds so that somebody can push the button and make the stupid people do what they need to do? Because they're too dumb to realize it. And then they're like, oh, we're being mind controlled. Oh, it's this radiation. Oh, it's that 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever, alphabet G. No, it's just because you guys can't lead yourselves. You guys can't make rational fucking decisions. All the tools have been shown to you from an entire governmental system to voting systems, and still you guys find something to complain about. Because it's all done as a joke, as a theater, to show you guys all in the fucking physical world. Hey, here's the devil leading your life in this way. Do you agree with this? And you guys are like, no. And the universe is like, okay, how would you do it? And you guys go right back to the system. Okay, what are you supposed to do, right? How about we all sit down and talk? What do you think we should do? If you're so intelligent, what do you think we should do? Because what I'm saying as a personal individual here is, can we just stop pretending for one fucking second that one person's actions don't affect the rest? And that we all want peace, we all want family to be happy and healthy, and we all want infinite resources so that we don't have to fucking feel poor anymore. We all want healthy bodies. We don't want to have any debt. We don't want to not be able to afford shit on the planet because we're a part of the planet. Why can't we afford something made from the planet? It makes no fucking sense. And no more death, no more lying, no more diseases, no more sicknesses, no more people being lost from life due to fucking decay and entropy and atrophy. Just no more of it. And a realm of life of wisdom perpetually improving wisdom and all life associated with it. In the light, with the darkness to balance it, to create an entire system that functions within itself based on freedom. Do as you will and harm none. Yet every fucking day, you people harm yourselves and others. And every fucking day, you blame the leadership. But you guys are the ones doing it. In your own homes, you have governmental structures. In your own work industries, you have hierarchies. In your own mind, you enslave aspects of yourself you will not allow to express themselves. If you're not taking care of it internally, how is your mayor going to clean your streets when your house is a fucking mess? If you're not taking time to decorate your home and make it tell a story about who you are, because it's an extension and reflection of yourself, then why the fuck would anybody look at you and say, oh, let's give a shit about that person? When your walls are more barren than a 90-year-old crone in the desert without water for 2 millennia. Where's your creativity? Where's your fire? And you call some of you call yourselves children of God, of the Most High. Some of you call yourselves karmics. Some of you call yourselves agents. Some of you call yourselves policemen and medical doctors and soldiers and leaders. And you guys are traitors to yourselves. You kill family that's from another family and you call it soldiers in war. But you killed your brother from another mother. Women cheat on their partners with another woman's husband. But they complain when their husband cheats on them with another woman. Siblings hate each other over how the parents treat the siblings, but somehow it's the siblings' fault for feeling like they're unloved. And throughout all of it, you guys think that choosing a donkey over an elephant or an elephant over a donkey makes any fucking significance. When you guys can't choose between yourselves, between the angel and the demon within you, on an individual basis. Where are you going? I swear to God. And then these things you guys do to each other. Like the manipulation of giving me Lily from the beginning to have me be some kind of a crazy old cat lady. The fucking drunks people bring to my door, the bullshit gossip, the absurd fucking issues in the apartments and neighborhoods, the little petty things that show me in life that there are people petty enough to do these things on purpose because they think it's funny. That's a problem. The fact that a cat can think she can walk through there, knocking this over from there. And I go like this to her, like, no, go the other way. And she starts howling. I tell an ex-boyfriend, you're being an asshole. I think you're cheating on me. Well, if you're going to accuse me, I may as well do it anyway. What the fuck? You tell a parent, I don't feel like you care about me at all. Was I adopted? No, why are you always talking like that? Ugh, why do you hate us so much? Okay. You talk to the building maintenance dude. Hey, the toilet bubble won't stay above water. It keeps over flooding the toilet bowl. Okay. Yeah, I'll be back Thursday. Okay. I'll take care of it. Checking my bank account and seeing it's like negative something. And I'm like, what the fuck did I even buy in a recent month? Nothing. Food. food. How's it negative? And then I check it the next day. Oh, it's back in the positive. It's all fine. Absolutely no change other than somebody screwing with what I'm looking at on the internet. And you guys sit there watching TV and on your cell phones all day long, and you think you're actually looking at the internet. Do you know what remote access is? You should research that. I mean, I've even seen it done in video games. MMORPGs, fucking games that have gaming companies behind them. Secret agent studios and shit, you know? There's one that literally has an email with something like that. It's literally called Secret Something Studios. And they're all working together. It's just one branch of the same fucking 7-headed, 10-headed Hydra or whatever the fuck it is. That's the entertainment company. And this is the world. This is our world. This is our home. And look what we've done to it. I'm asking you guys, please, not because of leadership people or like the peasants or fucking civilians or the free agents or the, 30 whatever degrees people or the red hat wearing. I don't fucking care who you guys are. I have no idea who you people fucking are. I don't even know how I can do what I can do, and I don't even know how I know what I know. All I know is I know it. And what I'm telling you, what I'm asking you is please, pretty please, pretty fucking please, get your heads out of your asses. It cannot be this difficult to be a decent person. It can't. Because if we are made in the image and likeness of God, what does that say about God? Process this. If we are made in the image and likeness of gods, what do you think the gods are doing? If God was a compassionate God, if the universe was a compassionate universe, don't you think I would have teeth that don't hurt by now? If I was truly made, if you were truly made in the image and likeness of God, why are we deteriorating? Why? And why am I supposed to get up here and cosmic titty slap you guys? Why do I have to be the light bearer? Why do I have to be the one that turns the light on and says, what the fuck are you guys doing? Every single video that I post. And still, perpetually, you guys, some of you, tamper with my YouTube accounts, my emails, my bank accounts, my time at home, my time alone at home, my time outside in the street, my time going to the grocery store, my time in the shower, the temperature of the water, the pressure of the water, the kinds of food I have access to, the kinds of clothing I have access to, the kind of self-care I have access to, the kind of medical care I have access to. It's all controlled. It has been my entire life. It's almost like I'm fucking Rapunzel in the goddamn tower. I haven't had a chance to live a life because I have been perpetually abused to breed wisdom within me, among other things. And I'm asking you, please, from one tired soul to the next, will you people please fucking stop behaving like irresponsible little children and behave as if you're made in the image and likeness of gods? You people watch each other on the internet and you call each other god and goddesses, but you don't realize we're all made in their image. You are no different. But if we're deteriorating, if I'm missing teeth, if I have my resources limited by the hands of others, then answer yourself this question. What the fuck are they doing to you that you're so blind to right now? And what are you doing to yourself that is the exact metaphoric equivalent in your own personal life? The web of life is interconnected. Everything we see is a direct mockery of what we're doing to ourselves. Do you comprehend this? We watch TV shows, they are literal fucking kindergarten class teaching us through motion animated or live action fucking scripted behavior so that we can see the intent and the moral of the story like a fucking Disney storybook being played out on Netflix. The same medias that are used for disinformation are used for assistance to teach you. It's your perception as an individual to see it as a fucking conspiracy theory or people breeding fear. Because what you should know as a person is that reality itself is fucked up. Because people are still thinking it's okay to lie, to hurt, to steal, to cheat, to kill, to murder, to rape, to take, to breed, to incest, to force other people's lives based on their whims, their algorithms, their fucking numbers. And what I'm saying is recognize the light within yourself, get off your fucking knees and stop pretending like everybody else is better than you. You are made in the image and likeness of God. That either means that you are immortal, a creator being, and you are immune to life and death being your guardians, but they're actually your creation because you are made in the image and likeness of gods. So either life and death gave birth to the gods, and we are made in the image of Zoe, of life and death itself, hence why we experience life and death and the decay in between, or we're made in the image and likeness of another group of people from space who keep saying that they are God. If we're the same as them, why are we decaying and they're off in space? If we're the same as them, why are we eating fruit off a tree and they're busy injecting themselves, some of them with baby blood? We are different, them and us. You and I are different, but we share a planet. We share the last goodbyes and the first hellos. We share time. And what else do we share? Wisdom, life, and death, and love, and truth and justice. Not fairness, not mercy, not charity, not faith, not hope. They may as well be poison. What we need is truth, light, and justice, clarity, balance, awareness, higher level of conscious thinking, awareness of the connection of our familial bonds between each other, awareness and support of resources we require and needs we have individually. We have to get better at being ourselves, which is a multidimensional, multifaceted being. One day you can be pissed off, one day you can be loving Debbie, one day you can be passionate, or you can be all those in the same fucking 3 seconds. Be you. But please recognize the last hellos, the first hellos and the last goodbyes, and all of that within yourself. Because people go from childhood to old age, and they are multiple different people in that entire process. How many of them have you grieved? I lost someone I considered the love of my life. I lost someone I considered my fucking family. And what I have in return is realizing they were all playing a role. It was not real to any of them other than me. And I still don't know the truth. But what I do know is relations should not be the way they've been in my life. Because it's only been that way in my life. Not in their own, and not in their own relations with others. They've only treated me that way. Now, if people can stop doing shit like that, imagine the world we can live in. If you guys stop creating people like me out of the insidious shit you people do in secret that you don't tell your friends about. It's like having somebody in the basement that you keep beating up and then going back up and pretending you're fine and having pancakes with your mommy. But no one knows what you just did in the basement and how you broke someone's heart and shattered their life and took everything from them. Instead, what they know is, oh, there's my son having pancakes with me in the house we just stole. And if I bring it up, then I'm resentful, right? But you guys are the ones that did that. I'm just pointing my flashlight at it. How am I to blame? Oh, right, all the threads and cords you guys manipulated me with. Right. And then we're told we chose all this before we incarnated here, right? Even more gaslighting and projection. How convenient. Wake up, guys. Wake the fuck up. We're the problem. Humans are the problem. Because we don't see common sense and logic. If we are made in the image and likeness of gods, why do we decay? That means the gods decay too then, don't they? If you are who you claim you are right now, what happened to the person you were? Where did the person I knew that I lived with go? Where did he go? Where was the person I thought was my mom? Why is she someone else now? Where's all my stuff from my past life that I had to put so much fucking work in every day on my back in a bed with one leg? Painting. Where's all my stuff now? I don't know. Somewhere. But I'm supposed to put more work in this life. For what? People that don't even know who I am. People that see a fake screen over my own YouTube channel. People who think, that they control everything. Like, who's winning here? It bothers me when my family on a planet is pretending to be too stupid. Like spoiled little rich kids, thinking they do nothing wrong, and having no empathy because their entire bloodline is conditioned and trained and genetically modified to never go beyond arrogant neutrality. Because, oh no, that might just make them a little more human and compassionate. If they get angry, if they feel sad, if they feel betrayed, if they get traumatized, what would fucking Venus do if she had to go through a lifetime of trauma? Would she still be the goddess of love? Or would she then pick up her sword and say, well, fuck you guys, now I'm the goddess of war? Well, oh wait, she was the goddess of love and war. Oh, and beauty. And truth. How funny. How funny that they're all connected. How funny that the King of Peace walks into a church and flips tables over. How funny that the apostles of the apostles walks around teaching others to become apostles instead of claiming the glory for herself. How funny that a mother had to birth a child just to watch him die in front of her, on a cross that she is bound to wear for the rest of her existence on her neck as a symbol of faith towards her son's salvation, of her. And an entire world who then kills in that son's name when they don't even realize he wasn't just a son, he was also a daughter. You guys cannot function as a species if you continue to lie to each other and to yourselves. You cannot function as a species if you continue to cheat, lie, and then bend your knees in front of each other. You cannot function as a species if you keep manipulating each other for your own personal gain. You cannot function as a species if you steal or if you withhold resources from others. It doesn't work that way within the body of God, within the body of the universe. Because if you're withholding light, you become a black hole. Something that withholds cannot give. If you're lying, you cannot be the truth. If you are the light, you cannot be gentle. It doesn't work that way. The only reason light is gentle is when it has the cover of night, to create that golden glow during dusk and twilight. Otherwise, the sun is fucking bright, obnoxious, loud, passionate, fucking fiery, and will burn you if you stare at it for too long. But when the sun and the moon are up in the sky together, we get a beautiful fucking ambiance. Peace and balance, serenity and solace, the golden hour, the magic hour, for photography at least. And those beautiful sunsets and sunrises. Why isn't that there when the sun is alone in the sky? We can't even see the stars. It's so bright, we see the refraction of colors bouncing off of other colors, and even the trees fucking reflect the light from the sun back as the color green because it's too much. Do your research. The trees and foliage is not meant to be green. They're only green due to the massive amounts of a specific vibration from the sun that is really prominent above the others, which is why you see the sun in that yellowy, orange, white kind of color, and not a deep pink or a deep blue, a soothing, warmer, cleaner color. It's an obnoxious, bright, fucking bright color, and even nature is like, back off, soul. You see how close Mercury is to the sun? You see how close Venus is to the sun? And what atmosphere Venus needs? Look at what's happening to Gaia. There's fucking deserts on a planet made of water. That's your sun. And then you guys are like, oh, the moon was placed there by other species. Well, obviously, you're welcome. Would you rather that giant fucking ball in the sky you call your the son of God? When it's not, it's a massive being like the earth. It's a sun, it's a giant source of light and information and clarity and truth and all of that. It doesn't feel compassion. It has no mercy. It will burn a baby chicken. It will burn an old man in a desert. It will fucking cook meat. It will become a portal you can go in and out of. It don't give a fuck. Balance has to be there in every part of our life, from who we are minute to minute to what we do planetarily. We are a part of an ecosystem in the solar system, on this planet, in our own homes, with our own selves, in our own bodies. From a bacterial level to the viruses in our systems to the whatever the fuck is out in the world. Can we please get along now? Because I'm telling you, like, if I was the leader of the world, a lot of people would be cosmic titty slapped on live television. I'd probably have a broadcast that would like take over everybody's television set, and I would sit there and complain at you guys for the rest of a week. Non-stop. Every fucking channel. Are you guys being nice yet? Are you guys being nice yet? Are you guys being nice yet? Did you tell the truth yet? Did you clean your room? Don't play with me, little kids. I've raised enough people. I have lost enough children. I have been stolen from enough and I've been traumatized plenty. And I'm barely halfway through my life. Again. So I'm asking you, please, today and for the rest of your life, may this remind you that you are better and more worthy and more loved and cared about than you realize, because a perfect stranger to you, or seeming perfect stranger to me, because I don't know who the fuck you guys are, but I feel like you're family. A perfect stranger is telling you and having faith in you that you guys can be better, which means I know I can be better. But if I'm going to keep stretching myself on this corded thread tapestry to better myself, I leave more and more people behind because they're not doing the work or going through the same trauma I'm going through, which means I get more and more and more and more and more away from every life and every version of me I wanted to live as. I don't even get to be a teenager. I never got to be a child. I never got to be a grown man or a grown woman. I went from being a 20s, early 30s gay guy, barely, to now being a crone. No in between. Do you need to go through something like this to recognize the preciousness of your life and who you are now? Do you need to be told that your parents aren't your parents, that they adopted you, for you to appreciate who you thought they were when you thought they were your parents? Do you need to go and find someone that you consider the love of your life or a twin flame, only to have them ripped apart from you for some fucking whatever reason, so that you can recognize how much you're capable of love and how much you're still you and the person you were when you were with him, just happier, because he's not there pushing your buttons to piss you off anymore, because that's what some of them were designed to do. But even those did that because they love you and they're trying to teach you, like they were to me. Forgive, move on, go on with your lives and be who you are. Every facet of you deserves a chance to experience life. Stop repressing yourself. I don't care if it's transgenderism. I don't care if it's trying a different career field. I don't care if it's behaving differently with your family. Elevate.